Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this Friday morning. We've had a great week here on the show, and you got a great weekend coming up. We've got some really strong tides we're going to talk about, but first, let's do our whole weather report brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard and his crew up there in a small business in small town America in the Florida Panhandle. They just don't get any better than that. Hard-working crew. So if you need any kind of air conditioning needs, give them a call. High today, 79, low 58. Water temperature 75. It's hung in there for about a week on the end of the pier at 75 degrees. The river reading brought to us by Mountain Dew. On the outdoors of Mountain Dew, the Apalachicola at Bluntstown, right at even 12 foot. A little steady, it looks like right now. It's going to start falling soon. The Choctaw at Caryville, on the other hand, is 11 foot. They both high, and it's going to be rising slightly through the weekend. So we got to, the river's going to be high. We talked about that, but like Daniel Cole said yesterday, high water, you get back up in them sloughs, and sometimes you can't get back up in them sloughs. All right, tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Great tide today. The high is this morning now at 10:13, and the low is tonight at 9:50, and the winds will be coming in about northeast at around 6. Not bad, all right? So let's take a break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, and look who showed up this morning.
That's what happens when you leave the back door open.
My buddy Bill Allen. Hey, buddy. Listen, it's not fair because Bill's been doing more fishing than me. He's been having more fun than I have. I've been working, and he's been fishing, but you have been doing some good stuff as far as, we talked about doing things with high school kids and all, and our good friend Waylon Thompson, he's got it going at North Bay Haven with a skeet shooting team put together. So you've been out there with them.
They do.
Tell the folks about that.
Well, to be honest, it's Waylon and Donna Thompson. Because I think Donna, they were talking about it traveling, and there are a lot of other people involved, but then Donna started searching and finding out if that, was possible, and their son is a junior. My oldest grandson is a senior, but, I got 3 in a row that'll be coming up. So she found where there are high school sporting clays teams, and so they went back and met with the people in North Bay Haven and got this started. And folks, originally they had I think 52 or 53 kids come out, and this is from all levels. Some of them had never shot before. Some had shot some, and others, as we found out, that's the kind of thing they do with their dads or their moms, and there's a couple of kids really pretty good at it. In fact, there's several of them are, but they wound up with it. Everybody made the team, and some people, dropped out, but they still have either 50 or 51. And it worked with the county up there to go, to the shooting range, and they set aside on Sunday afternoons. We were going up there, and I think we had from 1:15 to 4:15, and they closed. We shot half of the range, shot like 9 stations, but everybody had to take the hunter safety course before they could do it. I don't know all the people that are, I don't know the names. I know that doesn't surprise you, of all the people involved with it out there, but a lot of people in North Bay Haven have been doing it, and there have been dads volunteering out there, or got volunteered like me. So there was like 10 of us where we had 5 groups in each squad. So we just started at one station and then rotated.
Yeah.
But it has been an absolute pleasure, and they compete virtually.
Yeah.
So you take your scores, and we score them. And I usually get one of the other dads or moms to do that while I'm handling the clays. But they score them, and then you send those scores in, so it's a virtual competition. Yeah. But it's been great. I hope something that continues, and you see these kids progress from some of them just absolute novices to, breaking some birds and getting better. And all those kids they're all very respectful. They're all following the safety rules.
Yeah.
I mean, I really think it's a really great thing, and a lot of people sponsored it. They got shirts for them and things like that. It's just great. And in such a difficult time to do this, because we all know you can't get ammunition.
Yeah.
So Waylon's been all over the southeast. He went and bought a truck full. He found a guy that would sell him some. So it's been a little challenging from that. But otherwise, this is a great thing, and I hope it continues. And and I hope it spreads. I hope other schools do it.
That's a good deal. A lot of other states, like I was talking about several years back, I was talking about Tennessee doing it, and then we talked about doing it here, and they took the ball and ran with it. So that's what's going to take, some parents helping out, because the school officials, a lot of the school people are really tied up and their plates are full. So it's going to take a combination of that. So I'm so glad to see you. And they got some competition coming up soon, and so we'll keep people posted. We'll try to get some of these kids on the show too.
Yeah, it'd be great to get Waylon and Donna in here, but
okay.
Some of these kids, I'm telling you, some of these kids will embarrass you. They can shoot.
That's cool. Talking about things going on, doing good things and all. Let's jump from shooting to safe boating class. Michael Fitzgerald, he's been on the show before. He's a flotilla commander. He said, enjoyed the show today, and we're going to talk about National Safe Boating Week, and he went on to talk about state deaths were up 21% since 2019 in boating accidents, and people falling overboard was the leading cause of death. I never would have guessed people falling overboard. And 88%.
Well, I'm sure there were contributing factors to them falling overboard.
And 88% of them were not wearing life jackets.
Yeah.
So anyway, but what he wants to show now, coming up, Saturday, May the 22nd, that's a week from tomorrow, over at Gulf Coast, they're having a boating safety class, and you can go, here's a poster right here, and it's 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. all day long, but you're going to get your money's worth. It's only $40, but you're going to get all kind of things about boating laws, safety equipment, navigation, how to trailer. It's the whole gamut, especially for folks who maybe just moved down and haven't had a boat, haven't been around a boat or something, and learning how to do things. So that's going to be, there's a poster right there. It's going to be a Gulf Coast, the Student Union, next Saturday. So that's the flotilla doing this. Good stuff.
Yep, you need to go. You need to take your kids with you. You need to take, and encourage anybody that's going to be out there. And one of the reasons for the boating accidents is there's so many more boats now. I mean, growing up, there wasn't that many out there, but now,
Daniel Cole was here yesterday. Daniel Cole was talking about he was trying to Spanish mackerel fish, and we'd predicted this ahead of time, and sure enough, it happened. The rental pontoon boats had cut off. They just cut off the line. They really didn't know that people had stuff behind the boat trolling.
The jet skis, the rental jet skis.
They weren't doing it on purpose. But lots needs to be done on boating safety, and it's not going to get better.
Yeah,
and all the people coming in.
There's no excuse not to have some kind of flotation device on. Yeah. With the vests now that are so thin, and I wear one of those belts that's automatically inflatable and stuff. And we lost a good friend about a year ago, and he had something on, he would have survived. But I don't run it without having that flotation device on and having the kill switch hooked up to it.
Yeah. And it
Not anymore. And I was as guilty as anybody, I thought, one is getting older.
Well, we grew up, people don't wear life jackets on the boat.
No.
We sort of had them stuck under there, and most of the time, those, my dad and all those people, they'd been through World War II. They wouldn't worry about they're going to swim. They could get through, had all that stuff. So we learned that. So we don't need a life jacket. We get out of there. But as I've gotten, I'm like you.
You can't swim knocked out.
I know.
And most of us aren't going to be able to move fast enough if you fall out without a kill switch. Because the first thing that's going to happen is that motor's going to go hard one side or the other, and it's going to start making circles.
Well, another thing too, they had a 6 horsepower motor, so it didn't go all that fast.
Yeah, that wasn't that fast.
Let's take a break. We'll be right back. welcome back. Stay with my sidekick, Bill Allen, and we got to get back on the water. You've been on the water.
Yeah, a little bit. Greg and I have started to just schedule it. You know.
I know. And also a fly fishing trip up North Carolina. The pandemic is what it said, and the hurricane has set us back. We got to get back on track with that.
This is the first spring that I've not gone in 15 years.
Oh man!
And that was mostly my fault.
Well,
but yeah, so that hurt my feelings. That hurt my feelings.
All right, we're gonna before we get back to Bill, let's add some more names on here, and a couple of these names are from folks who have bought some stuff at Panhandle Outdoor Shop. Like this couple right here, Mark Vaughn and Gene Vaughn from Bonifay. So put that on there right there. That means they bought something from the shop. You buy something from the shop, so you get put back in the pickle jar. All right. Coming from East Point, John Giddens and Gloria Giddens. All right. So we'll draw some names now at the end of the segment. I just want to do that. And I also want to mention before we get into fishing, I got this from FWC yesterday. It's sort of unusual to get this because basically the whole article is on shark interactions while fishing is the focus of FWC, and they've had something going on. I don't know, it's not here because I haven't heard of a shark attack, but down in Central and South Florida, they've had all kind of shark encounters, and I'm going to study this a little bit more before I talk about it. But I just it was interesting. The panel they put together with some really good people talking about it. So anyway, we're going to talk about this later, maybe next week. But they had some of the captains here. Monday, okay, listen, I'm going to read one quote from one of the fishing captains. Monday alone, we lost 45 rigs to sharks. This is Captain Bill Taylor, Black Dog Fishing Charters. We are seeing 5 times what we saw 3 to 4 years ago. 5 times the amount of sharks. And that's coming from a captain on the water every day. We have to look into why so many of these sharks are here. How do we get this back to balance? That's interesting. It's not necessarily the shark attack.
You can't
That's interesting.
kill sharks anymore, right? You can't.
No. I don't know how they're going to get them.
So that stopped years ago, and guess what? There's more sharks.
We interfere with nature, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I have no personal love for them, but you know.
Well, but come to think of it, a lot of people sending pictures in, calling the tax man got his cut, and when you see a picture of the fish cut in half. And I know down when we fish out of sea quarters, it's phenomenal every year the amount of sharks we see down there. I'm talking about huge sharks. And we didn't fish it last year because of the pandemic, but we're going to fish it this year. And this time I'm gonna really try to get some footage from sharks and all. You want to go along and help? Maybe jump overboard and get the camera going. Get the GoPro going.
You know, all those years of diving though, we never really had any serious shark encounters.
Yeah.
But if you're wade fishing, don't tie the stringer to your belt. I mean, like we had an incident in St. Joe a few years ago and stuff like that. Get a float or a stake or a weight or something and take them back into shallow water and put them if you're going to keep them in water. But if you're sitting there with live bait dangling, dead fish that are probably bleeding, hanging from your belt, you're in biting trouble.
Well, exactly right. A lot of times I would, in the years past, I would clean my fish right there, especially with whiting and all, clean them right there and throw them in. I got to where I don't do that, especially with other people in the water, because I quit. I did it more when it was more isolated, but now you don't have more isolated places. Let's talk fishing, buddy. What you got? What y'all been fishing with?
Well, I'm a big Z-Man convert, and I love them. And you may not have noticed this, but we've had a lot of wind blowing. I mean,
Dominic and I have talked about it every day.
Big surprise.
Double figures for like 2 months.
So Greg and I were out the other day, and we talked about that. And when we've been catching a lot of fish, if you can get out, the fish has been unbelievable. But I was in a position. We were in Greg's boat, and I was trying to throw my soft plastic, my Z-Man like this with those Texas eye heads, but I couldn't get anywhere. The wind picked up. I couldn't throw where I wanted to throw, and it finally dawned on me that I needed to go back to something I did before. And we haven't talked about that in years, but I always keep some gulp. But there's any number hooks. Jeff, I don't know how well you can see these, but these Captain Mikes, which you really can't get anymore, but they've got that bait keeper on them. But these were all bought just, standard weighted hooks that I added the bait keeper to them, and they come in as a number of sizes, a number of shapes and everything else, and you can buy these little bait keepers. So I added it to all these hooks because I couldn't get those Captain Mikes anymore, but typically on this.
Okay, before we get to cutting out, we're going to get started during the break. Let's take a quick break.
Okay.
We're going to take a quick break and then come back and do our drawing and then get back with Bill. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We're trying to cram a lot into the show. Before we get to the drawing, I want to congratulate the Chipley High School baseball team and the Bozeman baseball team. I had a game Wednesday night. I went up there and watched them, and I knew I had a lot of folks came up to watch the show. It made me feel real good, but the boys played really hard. Chipley won that game, but you're looking at small town America. The stands were full on one side, and the stands were full on the other side. The pickup trucks out on the outfield sitting in there, and I just had a flashback. This is America right here. So great high school baseball, and I want to say hello. Thank all you folks that came up and talked about the show. Appreciate that. Okay, let's do a draw. I'm gonna let you draw.
There has been some high school sports around here has been hot.
It's been really kicking in. All right, this is $25 Los Antojitos.
Oh, John Giddens from East Point.
Didn't I just put him in there?
Didn't you just put him in there?
Yeah.
Attaboy, John.
We're done wrong. Okay, y'all see me stirring this up. The same thing happened last week.
Hey.
Are you reaching down to the bottom?
I reached in.
Stir? Okay. All right, this is $25.
You're stirring them. It doesn't matter where I reach.
I know it.
William C. Smith of Southport.
All right. Now that's okay. Now let's go to Tarpon Dog. There's going to be a $20 gift certificate of Tarpon Dog Seafood.
Okay. Right. Bill Allen. Oh, no. Carol Harris in St. Andrews.
All right, Carol. All right.
All
there
right.
You go.
That's racking up.
The big red snapper. One more. The big red snapper.
Oh, that might be Bill Allen. Randy Stickley in Fountain.
Okay, so we've hit East Point, Southport, St. Andrews, and Fountain. We hit all four communities.
You covered.
We've got them covered. All right, let's get back. Have I done the fishing game times? I haven't, have I?
No.
Let's go from 150 to 350 this morning and 215 to 415 this afternoon from Blue Water Outriggers.
Perfect.
That's a good time to go.
Yep. This afternoon's going to be great.
This afternoon's going to be good. All right, so let's finish up.
All right, yeah, so real quick, we did this before, but I take that first section off of the gulp and then take the tail off. And then if you had your glasses on, you would, on any of these hooks, just wind this on. And then, of course, you're going to rig it weedless. And I'm doing this in a hurry. But you want the bait straight like that. And you can bury the tip. So what happens is when you throw this, it doesn't tumble. Okay, there's more weight. So you got the head going that way and everything. So this will outcast any other plastic situation you've got. So I did this, made the cast, and in 2 casts I had my first redfish of the day.
All right.
But I couldn't get where I was going, so I just reverted back to what I used to do. And like I said, I always keep them, but just make sure that it looks like that. You don't want a big bow in it or anything.
Aerodynamically designed.
That is. Exactly. That is. I read about that in a magazine on a plane, I think, one time that I had picked up somewhere, and it works. It's fantastic. And shrimp move backwards anyway.
Yes, exactly.
So, you got the head sticking up
Have
there.
y'all found when you and Greg been out, any colors have been hot, any special colors been hot?
Well, you kind of do the same thing. When the water's real clear, I'm going to use white. I'll use like a penny colored, when it's darker. So you just kind of want to match the water. But if I could only buy one, I'd buy white. Yeah.
And what about y'all been hitting East Bay and West Bay?
Yeah, we've now that my boat's back behind my house, so we fish West Bay, we go from my house. We fish East Bay, we go from his house. Convenient. You don't have to launch it,
Yeah.
So that does make it real convenient, and I've for many, many years fished West Bay more than East Bay, but since fishing with Greg the last 15 or 20 years, we fished East Bay a lot, but we showed some of those, some big trout.
Yeah, we've shown some good pictures from them, really good pictures. And then also, Greg's got some video. We got to somehow get it together of some good
pompano with Tim Fontaine, who is a religious watcher of this show, and he has just been going to an undisclosed location on Shell Island, but they are limited out on pompano like everybody else every time they go. So, and Greg went with him the other day, and I couldn't go, and they did the same thing. And guess what? They're catching them on.
Let me see. Would it be fish bites?
Yeah, there's no reason to be digging fleas or anything else. They're catching them on mostly the pink, but that's what's all they're carrying.
I got a tickle the other day. I was thinking about it. The sand flea community is very thankful for fish bites.
That's right. That's right.
The population has been.
They have been unharassed everywhere I go. That's what I see people fishing with. Yeah.
So, and I've got some great reports from St. George Island. Ned Maxwell, I'll show you a picture next week, caught some down at St. George Island. It's just been, I keep repeating it every Friday, phenomenal on that. And then
I've talked to a couple of guys and that have been here like us, and it's like, I don't ever remember a pompano season this good.
Well, Scott Lindsay says best one since 1972. Ricky's and Elgrove said best one ever. So that's two experts. So. And then you and I say it's not one of them.
Well, one of them's a self-proclaimed expert. But Scott, I love you. I'm just kidding. You're a good target for me. I love you.
I know. We run out of time.
As usual.
We got all kind of stuff to talk about. We'll finish. We're gonna keep on talking, but we got to get off the air. But we'll keep on talking. But
get breakfast ready.
And all kind of y'all get out this weekend, enjoy some things, enjoy the outdoors. It's gonna be nice. The river's gonna be a little high, but it's gonna be nice outdoors.
Oh, yeah.
And next week we got all kind of good things coming up. I want to talk about got some big announcements next week coming up on some things we're going to be doing. But we'll run out of time. Thank you all for watching the show. We appreciate the viewership. You have a great day. Do something good for your fellow man today. And God bless you.
God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.